ladies, welcome back. There's a video going around with a lot of the different YouTubers, and they're picking out their top 10 products from their 10 favorite drugstore brands. So I thought I would get on the bandwagon and I would tell you my top favorites from my top favorite drugstore brands. And I will say this was very, very hard. There are a lot of other drugstore brands that I really like, and there's a lot of products from each one of the brands that I really like. So it was hard for me to narrow it down, but I picked out the things that I know I use over and over again because I assume that they're my favorites because I'm using them all the time. So let's get started. My name is Bonnie, and this is Bons Ageless Beauty. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope that while you are here, you will consider subscribing to my channel, ring the notification bell, and leave me comments at the bottom what you thought of the products, if you tried them before, if you haven't, and other videos that you would like me to do. Let's get started. Okay, I'm going to do these in no particular order. I'm going to just pick out products. I think maybe I'll start from the top down, and we'll do eyes and then work our way down. Essence is one of the most economical brands that I know of at the drugstore. Their products run like $1, $2, $3, $5. They do have some of their larger palettes that are about $10. But their eyeshadows are definitely my favorite product. And you can tell this is their taupe palette and it's almost worn off. You know, it's got cheaper packaging and the writing doesn't stay on it. But their 6-pan palettes have got really, really good shadows in there. Their mattes blend very easily. Their shimmers are just amazing. I'm still in a cast. Hopefully 2 days from now, I will be getting my cast off and go into a splint, so I will be able to do my videos a little bit easier, but I'm going to show you, look at the color payoff on that, and then look at this shimmer. I love the shimmers. They're not too like glittery. They're just a nice shimmer on your eyes. They blend well. I like the fact that this one has a nice light underbrow color in here for you, which a lot of palettes don't. So this is my favorite of the 6-pan palettes. I have all of the 6-pan palettes, I think, except for the peach or orange one, but I have all of the other ones. And I love each and every one of them. And they're great for travel. And I don't mind taking something like this because it's not as expensive. So when I go on vacation, I will take my little 6-pan Essence palettes with me because I can get a lot of different looks from all the different palettes. And I don't have to worry like if I was taking one of my Natasha Denona's, my Huda's, my Pat McGrath that I just got, I would be devastated if I lost one of those because they're so much more expensive. But these, that's why I love drugstore products, because they do have great products. The other eyeshadow palettes that I love, and I consider this a drugstore brand. There are brands out there that you don't necessarily find at your CVS, your Walgreens, whatever drugstore that you have, but to me they're considered drugstore brands because anything that's on the more economical side of Ulta, to me, is a drugstore brand. So they have brands that aren't necessarily in your drugstore, although ColourPop is now at Target. And there's things at Walmart. Catrice is a brand that I absolutely love, and I almost put one of their products in here, but you don't find them at normal drugstores. Kiko Milano is very economically priced. Alter Ego, there are a lot more economical brands that I consider in the drugstore level, but they're not necessarily found in your drugstore. ColourPop is known for having really good eyeshadows, and I love all of their eyeshadow palettes. My favorite, though, is the Cold Stone Fox. That is what I have on today. I have made a nice neutral looking eye out of it, and I've tried to wear almost, I think, all the products here. There's a couple products that I didn't have, like the contour. I didn't pick a contour, so I just used my own contour and blush, a different one. But this is the palette that I have on, and I love this palette. Anyone who likes cool tone shadows, you are going to love this palette. This has got cool tone browns. It's got some ones that have a little bit more of a pinky tone to them. They're browns, but they have a pinker tone to them. Some that have more of a grayer undertone to them. They have dark shadows up here at the top, like your black, that you can use as a liner. So this palette, to me, has got everything. And it has a good underbrown brow color. It has got shimmers in here, and I'll show you some of these colors because, again, just like the Essence, let me see, I only have one hand. I'm sorry that I can put swatches on. I don't have an arm or a hand that I can put anything on over here. So I'm going to show you some of these colors. And I'm going to swatch. Maybe they might be better on my arm here. Let's get a darker one. I'm going to even go darker. And then I'll grab a couple of shimmers. Okay, so I'm not sure how good they're going to show up on camera, but you can see how pigmented and how dark these are. And look at these shimmers. I picked a light one that's great for your lid, but look at this dark silver one. This one is amazing. And I love this color because you can use it like if you want to glam up like the corner of your eye where you've got it smoked out a little bit deeper, you can actually take that and then put it over it and put a little bit more shimmer in it, which is what I did on my outer corner. I had put a deeper tone on it. Today I had taken something like this. I think it was maybe this one. But then I took this color and a little bit of this color that are shimmers, but they're deeper shimmers. And I just barely tapped them over the corner of my eye, and it gave it just such a nice look. It just, I don't know, it just brightened it up, I think, a little bit. And when it's comes springtime and everything. Now, I will say this palette, I wear a lot more in the fall and the winter. I do like it, though, for the summertime, because if I'm doing a quick one and done, that's the other thing about this palette. You can do something really super light. You can take, like, these light colors and stay it down near the bottom of the palette and pick nice light colors, so it's good all year round. I have other fun colors palettes that I wear in the summer more that are a little bit brighter and perkier, and I am going to do a video on my favorite summer and spring palettes coming up in the next couple of weeks. But this one is a great all year round palette to me. It can be used spring, summer, winter, fall, and I love it, and I love the formulas that are in there. Okay, sticking with our eyes, my favorite, and for some reason I cannot find one of my colors, my favorite eyeliners by LA Girl. This is the favorite product from LA Girl. I love their Ultimate Liners. These liners are pigmented, but they stay on. They say they are Intense Stay Auto Liner. And I got this one in the navy, and that is actually what I have in my waterline today. And these go on just so creamy. I'm going to show you this one. I'll do this one here. Look how easy that went on. And it doesn't skip. It's nice and bright. So I decided to get a couple of fun colors. I have the black and the brown, and for some reason, it must be in one of my other bags or something. I couldn't find them. But I like the fact that they have black, they have brown, they have fun colors. And then look. And you can hear I am actually rubbing. They are on, and they're going to stay on. And they stay on in your waterline all day long. I love this. I don't have to worry about them. I can put them on top of my eyes. I can put them under my eyes. In fact, let's just take, and we'll put this pretty teal color. I'm going to give a little bit of color to my bottom room. Look at the intense color that just added underneath my eyes. And I really like that. It gave me a little bit of pop. It gave me some blue, so it brings out the blue in my eyes. So you can use these on top of your lid. You can use them in the waterline, which is what I did. And down on the bottom here, I did them in my waterline and a little bit in my lash line. So it gives you a little bit of pop of color, and they stay all day. And these liners are so economical. Ladies, you don't always have to buy high-end products that cost $20, $25 for an eyeliner when you could get some that are just a couple of dollars. These work amazingly. Moving on, My favorite product from e.l.f. is their Brow Wow. e.l.f. has a lot of good products, and I've tried several of them. I like their camo concealer. I like their putty primer. There's several things that I do like from e.l.f., but my favorite thing of all times is definitely their Brow Wow. As I'm getting older, I've noticed that some of my brows, I have one brow, this brow is thicker than this brow. So I will fill it in with a brow pencil, and then I go over it with this, and this gives it a little bit more volume. The pencil just, fills in and gives you the color and everything, but this gives nice volume. And I've got it like in the blonde shade, and I like that it has such a little teeny spoolie. I don't know if it'll zoom in on that, but it just is so nice, and it just, don't want to put too much more on because I've already got some on, but it gives the little fibers, gives you a little bit of volume to your brows, and it stays on all day. It sets them in place and it stays on all day. I love this. There are other high-end brand ones that I do like, and I do use some other brow gels like the Benefit Brow Gel. I love that. The Anastasia Beverage, the Brow Freeze. I like that as well. But for everyday use, this is what I find myself using all the time because it works. Love that. Now, one of the other brands that I like, and I will say this, I haven't tried a lot of things from this brand. I have tried their blushes, I've tried their lipsticks, and I've tried their mascara. I did try their foundation or concealer, and I have extremely dry skin, so their Milani Concealer, Perfect and Concealer was a little bit drying for me, so it didn't work as well on me. But my friend absolutely loves it. It is like her favorite concealer, so she loves it. So Milani is another one that they are really upping their game. This is their brand new mascara. This is their high-rated lash extensions. Oh, it's all glossy. Tubing mascara. This is supposed to be a dupe for Thrive Cosmetics, their tubing mascara. And I tried Thrive Cosmetics, and I did like their tubing mascara. I bought it years ago, probably like 3 years ago. But it's like $24, $26, and I was trying to find something that worked a little bit better. I will not use waterproof mascara on my eyes unless I absolutely have to. And I will tell you why, ladies. Waterproof mascara is very, very drying to your lashes. It will damage them. It takes a lot to get it off. You've got to use a lot of like oils and things to get it off. So you're rubbing hard, and you can pull out lashes, but the formula itself is very drying on your lashes. Now, I will not say that I don't ever use it. I take it on vacation with me sometimes. So if we're going someplace where we've gone to different amusement parks where then I know I might get splashed with water or different things, I will wear it. But for the most part, I love tubing mascaras because tubing mascaras do not flake, they do not smear, they stay on. But at the end of the night, all you do is put warm water on your lashes, splash it on there, let it set, go like this a little bit, and the tubes just slide right off. And you don't have to worry about, I love the brush on this, it's so small, and then you can get your bottom lashes as well, and you don't have to worry about them flaking or smearing throughout the day. This mascara, I don't remember how much it is. It might be like $17, $16, $17. It's not the cheapest, but it works just as well as the high-end brand. It works as good as the Cali Ray. It works as good as the Thrive. I have another tubing mascara that I love and I've been wearing for years, and that's from L'Oreal, and it's in a red tube, and I cannot remember what it's called. It's got a white end and a red end, and you put 2 layers on. It stays on all day. I love that one as well. So you can find good dupes or alternatives to the high-end products. I love the high-end products as well. I have the Cali Ray mascara, and I do love it, and I use it. But am I going to buy it like every single time when it costs $24, $25, $26? No, I'm going to use my ones that I can save $10 on and come home, and I can get something else for $10. So I get home with 2 items instead of 1. So That is all the eye products. So we're going to move down a little bit. The next brand that I like, and I have found a couple of different things from there that I do really, really like, and that is Revlon. And Revlon is an underrated, you don't hear a lot of people talking about it a lot lately. And I know they went through some troubles and they're trying to reinvent themselves and everything. But I will say, as far as concealers, these are amazing. This is their Revlon Color Stay Skin Awaken Caffeine plus Vitamin C 5-in-1 Concealer. This stuff works great on mature, dry skin. This works great on like oily skin as well. This is a light to medium coverage. I've got the brightening shade, and then I have the one called Vanilla. And it's got a little doe foot. It's got a little sponge on the end, which, you know, is not the greatest applicator, but it works. And you just squeeze it from the bottom and you put it on. Let's see if I can get some on my hand. It gives what I would consider light to medium. It's not a real full coverage concealer, but you can see it's got nice consistency to it. It blends out. It does not settle in all my fine lines and wrinkles. It wears throughout the day. It stays on, and it feels so good with the caffeine in it. It helps to depuff your eyes. The vitamin C is really good. It's actually a skincare item that's going to help with fine lines and wrinkles in your skin. It's going to help brighten your skin. So it's actually doing something to help your skin along with concealing imperfections that you have. And they have several different colors, and I do like the brightening one as well, because sometimes I will put the brightening one on first, like right here, press it in real good, and then put the other one on, so it gives me extra brightness throughout the day. I love these. One of my favorite concealers from the drugstore. Definitely love that. Okay, moving on to foundations. I actually have two brands that I love their foundations, and I will say that there are several within this one brand that I do really like. So it was hard for me to pick my favorite, but L'Oreal makes wonderful foundations. And they make foundations for oily skin, for dry skin, for, you know, mature skin. This one is one of my favorites. This is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum, and it has 1% hyaluronic acid in it. I like this one for days that when I want a light coverage. This is not a full coverage foundation. This is more of a tinted serum. And yes, again, with like some of the other ones, I'm not crazy about the applicator on it, but the foundation itself, probably should have shook it because I'm getting down to the bottom. And that looks really yellow on my camera, and it's actually not. But this feels so silky. And I'm going to show you. Actually, I can put it right over the top of these and see. You can see it does. It does give some coverage. Granted, those are really, really bright, you know, but it's a light coverage. So if you have something that's super, super dark on your skin, it may not go through, but it's super hydrating. I like that. I like the fact that it feels so light. This is something that I will wear a lot of times in the summer. So this is going to be one of my go-tos this summer that I wear like on a daily basis when I'm outside, and I don't want something heavy on my skin, because you don't, in the wintertime, it seems when you're not sweaty and stuff like that, I will wear, and like for special occasions, I will wear definitely a more full coverage foundation, medium to full or full coverage foundation. But in the summertime, when I'm just out and about doing things and it's a casual Saturday, or even sometimes at work when I just don't, if I know I'm going to be hot at all, I don't want to wear something that's really thick and heavy. That to me doesn't look as nice on mature skin, because those heavy ones sometimes have a tendency to settle in all these lines. And if you have larger pores, because as you get older, your pores enlarge and everything. So sometimes those heavier, thick ones, they just don't look good on me. And this one is so nice and lightweight that it works very, very well. And it does stay on throughout the day. The other foundation that I have just recently started, and they have two of these. This is Neutrogena. This is not another brand where they have, I mean, they're very well known for like eyeshadows and eyeliners and different things, but they do have good skin products as far as like their concealer I love their Neutrogena concealer. It's another one that is very serum-like and it works very well. But this is their Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup, and this has a titanium dioxide sunscreen, a broad spectrum SPF 20, plus it's got an antioxidant blend, and I like this. I don't use the sunscreen. I think this is a plus that it has a sunscreen. So this is nice to put over my sunscreen in the summer. I will put this on and I'm getting a little bit extra protection on it. And, you know, again, it's a drugstore brand. It's just got an open bottle. I don't know if it's actually coming out yellow, whatever. But I love this one as well. It's got a really nice consistency to it. And you can see how thin this is. But it blends out so nicely that you cannot tell it's there. This feels so good. It feels hydrating on my skin, which I like. I don't want anything that's going to dry me out. I try to look for products that when you're looking at the ingredients, alcohol is not like first or second or third up there. If you've got dry skin, you do not want alcohol way up there. A lot of them have alcohol in it, and it's like a preservative, and it's going to, you know, do different things. But you don't want alcohol to be your very first thing on the product when you're buying a moisturizer or setting spray and things like that if you have dry skin. If you have oily skin, that's not going to make that much of a difference. But if you have dry skin like I do and more mature skin, I try to stay away from foundations and things that have alcohol way up in the top. This says the sunscreen helps prevent sunburn, and it says decreases the risk of skin cancer. It also says its exclusive blend of antioxidant keeps skin's young and healthy look. And anything that's going to help me and it's got different skincare products in it, just as much as like this one does, if I get a double whammy that's going to help my skin as I'm wearing it, that's always a plus. And I love things like that. And these are, you know, definitely more economical. And as I've said in a lot of my other videos, drugstore brands are going up. They're raising their prices. Everyone is raising their prices. So if we can save money any way you can, definitely I would do it. Moving down. So we've got basically all our face and everything. I didn't bring up a blush, and I didn't bring up a bronzer or a contour. And I do have some drugstore ones that I really love. My favorite bronzer contour is Flower Beauty, but you can't get their bronzer, my favorite bronzer right now. I don't know if they're reformulating or if they're rebranding. So I didn't want to put that one on here, even though it's my absolute favorite drugstore bronzer and contour that I absolutely love. So we're moving down and we're going to go to lips. CoverGirl is a brand that I don't have a lot from CoverGirl. I will say this. I do have a couple of I do have their Simply Ageless foundation, which I do love. That is another foundation that has skincare in it, and I do like the concealer and the foundation. Other than that, I don't buy a lot of CoverGirl products, and I guess I need to just try more. I tried a couple of their mascaras years ago, and I wasn't crazy about them, probably because I tried waterproof, because I used to wear waterproof, and then I realized it was damaging my lashes, and it took me a long time to realize not to wear that and to get my lashes back in shape and to start using lash serum so I could have longer lashes. But they do make some really nice lipsticks, as well as Maybelline. And this is my favorite one. This is their brand new Simply Ageless. It's from their line that's made for more mature skin or mature ladies, because it's got like antioxidants and different things in skincare in there. And I love this. The little center here, core center, it's got skincare and moisturizers and everything in it. So when you put this on, it's going to give you nice color, but it's also going to treat your lips and give them hydration. This is what I have on right now. I do have on an Urban Decay liner with this, but then I put this color on, and I do like this. This is a nude. And it's more like a pinky peach nude. It's not like really, really pink, which are normally my absolute favorite. And gotta stop saying that word absolute. I do have a pink one from them as well. And they do have matching lip liners that go with them, and I love those as well. They're very creamy and hydrating. They're not necessarily the longest lasting. You can find lip liners that last a little bit longer, but these are so hydrating on my lips, and my lips get so dry. So I would rather get these. Okay, moving on. The last brand that I'm sure you're very familiar with, and I could not skip, is Maybelline. Now, this was a very hard item to pick because I love a lot of Maybelline's mascaras. But I was trying to pick something different from each brand. And I know I did end up with two foundations, but I was trying to pick, a different thing like a foundation and an eyeshadow. And I did have two eyeshadows here, but I was trying to get a little bit different. I do love the Maybelline concealers. Wear them almost every day when I alternate between these and a couple of other ones. I do love a lot of the mascaras, the Sky High mascara and different things. I love a lot of those. But since we moved down and we've already covered those, I'm going to go to lips. These are one of my favorite lips. Maybelline has got really good lipsticks and lip glosses. And I will say it was hard for me to pick either this or the Maybelline Superstay, the vinyl ink ones that are in the little container that you shake. Love those. They stay on like all day. When they wear off nice and neat and everything. But since I have a lipstick on, I decided to use this. These lifter glosses, and I actually picked one that had color to it. But they give you really good hydration, a lot of shine. Make sure I don't have them in my teeth. A lot of shine. They feel hydrating. They feel smooth. They're not sticky. They're not thick. They're a gloss. They're not going to stay on super long. Glosses just don't. If you want something that's going to stay on all day, you're going to want to get like a liquid lipstick or a lip stain or something like that. But these to me are nice, creamy, smooth. They hydrate my lips. And now I did get some on my teeth. Sorry about that. They hydrate your lips. These are one of the top rated glosses, I think, in the drugstore. I've seen so many other YouTubers talk about these that they are their favorites. And I will say, as far as lip glosses, it's between these and the NYX Butter glosses. They are both super smooth and hydrating, and I love them both. So those are my 10 top favorites. I could have picked more brands. I could have gone to probably 15 brands if I included things like Catrice and Kiko Milano and some of the other ones that you can find at the drugstore or that are reasonably priced. But I wanted to try to stick to ones that were mostly drugstore or that were like on the drugstore side of also that I knew you could get there. So these are them, and I hope you enjoyed this. These are products that I use on a daily basis that I think are worth the price. Yes, some of them are a little bit higher priced than others. The ColourPop eyeshadow palette, because it has so many colors, it's $30. But you have so many colors in that palette, and you're going to be able to make so many different looks from daytime to nighttime to there's a little bit of neutral colors. There's a few warm colors in there. You're going to get so many uses out of that. I think it's worth the $30. You're not going to find a high-end brand one that has that many colors in it for anywhere near that. You're talking like even the mid-size Natasha Denona ones are $69. So, and Huda Beauties are $65, I think now. So you're not going to find, you're getting a lot for your money there. Or you could go cheap and do like $3 or $4 for the Essence. So drugstore products range anywhere from a couple of dollars. I will say this, like Elf has raised their prices lately. They're not like exuberant, but some of their things are up to $9, $10, $11 now, which is still a lot cheaper than some of the other ones. LA Girl is still pretty cheap. There are a couple of other brands that are in the drugstore that are still a lot more reasonably priced, like your Essence and stuff like that. And Essence isn't at every store. And some stores that do have them, they carry like a little small section. I get a lot of my drugstore stuff. In Michigan, we have what they call Meijer's. And Meijer's is huge. It has everything from a drugstore side to, it's like the super Walmarts. It has a drugstore side, and then it has another side that has clothes, and it has automotive, and it has games and outdoor stuff, and it has a whole huge section of like your health and beauty and your cosmetics and stuff. But they carry like small section of everything, and Essence does just have a small a small section because Essence doesn't necessarily have as many items as L'Oreal. L'Oreal has everything from your foundations to your concealers to your lips to your eyes to everything. Some brands that have a little bit more. But all I'm trying to say, and I'm trying to make this short, but I guess I'm going on my little soapbox here, that you can find really good brands at the drugstore. Try them out. I mean, yes, sometimes they may not work for you. And if you try them out and you buy them like at Ulta, you can return them. I mean, if you take them home and it's like, whoa, this just looks terrible on me, or it's way too drying, you can return it. And that's the nice thing. And even sometimes if you get an eyeshadow like this and you paid $3 or $4 for it and you can't return it, you try it once and you're like, nope, don't like it, doesn't look good on me. What I'll just do, I clean it, sterilize it with alcohol, and I'll pass it on to somebody if I find something that I don't like. If I didn't pay that much for it, it's like, it's $4. It's not, it's not going to hurt me. But anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, with that, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that while you are here, again, you will consider joining my family. I'm trying to grow my channel, as I keep saying every week. And you know what? It's just fun doing this. I love talking about makeup. I love talking about skincare. I'm going to do a few more skincare ones coming up. Summer's coming up, so I'm going to try out a couple of sunscreens for you. I am possibly going to try out a couple of sunless tanners because I need to get some color in this pasty body that's been covered all winter, and I won't go sit out in the sun. I've learned that over the years, made mistakes. I'm 63 years old and I've made mistakes, and I sat out in the sun without sunscreen and paid the price for it. So ladies, always wear your sunscreen. That's going to be one of my next upcoming videos. Go out, have yourself a wonderful, blessed day, and I will see you again shortly in my next video.